Jake Tyler helps his high school football team win an important game. A frustrated player from the opposing team makes taunts about Jake's father, who died while driving drunk. Infamously hot-tempered Jake starts a brawl with the opposing player. Spectators capture the brawl with mobile phones and video cameras. Soon, the brawl is uploaded to YouTube. Jake gets thrown off the team for brawling. Jake takes it in stride because he is leaving Superscript 1 this school anyway. He and his younger brother Charlie are moving with their widowed mom to Orlando, Florida, where Charlie has received a tennis scholarship. The Tyler brothers are close despite Jake's penchant for fighting and getting into trouble, which greatly upsets their mom. At his new school, Jake has a hard time fitting in. He catches the eye of Baja Miller, a pretty classmate who flirts with him. Later, Jake notices fellow student Max Cooperman getting beaten up on campus. Jake rushes to Max's aid, only to discover that the bullying he disrupted was actually a street kickboxing match. Everybody present, including Max, demands that the astonished Jake leave. At school the next day, Max lets it be known that there are videos on the internet of Jake's football brawl, which has gained him a positive reputation on campus. Max invites Jake to come and learn mixed martial arts with his instructor, while Baja invites Jake to a party at her boyfriend Ryan McCarthy's mansion. Jake declines the former offer but accepts the latter. At McCarthy Manor that night, host Ryan, having seen the internet footage, challenges Jake to demonstrate his brawling prowess in a fight against Ryan himself. When Jake refuses the challenge, letting Ryan know that Jake came to the party only because Baja invited him. Ryan kisses Baja in front of Jake to verify whose girlfriend she is. Jake realizes that he's being set up and attempts to leave, until Ryan makes taunts about the disgraceful death of Jake's dad. An angry Jake accepts the challenge but is brutally defeated by Ryan. Baja appears disgusted with Ryan for continually beating on Jake, despite the fact that Jake was obviously down and out. A day later, Max comes to Jake's house and repeats the invitation to come and learn mixed martial arts from Max's instructor, Gene Roqua. This time, Jake accepts. He meets Max at Roqua's gym and is introduced to Roqua himself. Roqua briefly interviews Jake, who he senses is there for the wrong reasons. Nonetheless, Roqua allows Jake to train with him both in class and personally before classes, on the condition that Jake does not fight anybody for any reason outside the gym. Jake notices that Roqua apparently lives in the gym. The night after Jake's first training session, Baja comes over to his house to apologize for setting him up at the party. Jake quickly retorts after Baja tells him about her school life. The next day, Baja confronts Ryan and breaks up with him on account that he beat Jake up. In his anger, he grabs Baja's arm and refuses to let go, even after she pleads. Jake appears and attempts to stop it, only to which Ryan insults his late father, saying, "You're weak, like your old man." This insult has a negative impact on Jake's training that afternoon. At the gym, he is too aggressive, and Roqua, sensing this, tells him to go home to cool off. Max gives Jake a ride in his Ford Mustang. At a set of lights, 3 guys in a yellow Hummer relentlessly and annoyingly beep their horn at Max. Jake, still angry from Ryan's insult, and spurred on by the repetitive horn, goes out to confront the 3 guys. He beats them all up on the street, and the footage is filmed by Max and uploaded and spread throughout the internet. This further improves his social profile within the school, now being the second most popular boy after Ryan. After roughing Jake up privately, Ryan challenges him to compete in the Beatdown, an underground fighting tournament in which Ryan is the reigning champion. When Roqua discovers that Jake has fought outside the gym, he kicks him out and tells him to not return. Jake convinces him a short while later to take him back. Roqua puts him through more rigorous training which he uses as preparation for the Beatdown. After a workout, Roqua confides in Jake that he is in self-imposed exile from Brazil. His brother was a skilled MMA fighter and had handily beaten a local troublemaker. The man later returned with a gun and murdered him. Their father blames him for the death. Jake later on apologizes to Baja for not forgiving her, and they start a relationship. He isn't interested in competing at the Beatdown as Ryan wants him to. However, he changes his mind after Ryan severely injures Max, leaving him on Jake's doorstep. After taking Max to the hospital, Jake talks to Roqua about participating in the Beatdown. Initially arguing, he eventually relents and reminds Jake to control the outcome. Jake arrives at the tournament and both he and Ryan make their way through each round, each emerging victorious. Jake makes it to the semifinals in spite of an injury he received in the previous match. Baha arrives to not only support him but also to tell him she understands why he insists on fighting, so that he would never have to fight again. After learning that Ryan was disqualified in his semifinal match due to an illegal eye gouge, Jake forfeits, seeing no reason to continue. As Jake and Baha attempt to leave, Ryan confronts him and they finally fight, outside in the parking lot. Jake is limited by his injuries, so Ryan, at first, gains the upper hand, applying a choke on Jake. However, he escapes and knocks him out using a Roqua combination. Eventually, Jake wins the respect of his fellow students, including Ryan, and Roqua returns to Brazil to reconcile with his father.